Madeleine Harley.
Hello. Who here likes marshmallows?
Me.
Excellent, good to see. Yeah, they're great, especially in a hot chocolate. So my question was, why do they only come in pink and white? The answer is because they're boring, mass-produced, standard marshmallows. I started a business making marshmallows, and mine were a little different. So this is two of my flavours. I've got toasted coconut and tiramisu. My marshmallows were fresh, they were handmade with great ingredients, and they were really good. The problem was, they were only marshmallows. My business was very small, but it was profitable, and in general, for me, it represents a success. But that doesn't mean that I don't have mixed feelings when I look back at my time spent running the business and my decision to close it down. Some of those feelings are fuck-up feelings. So, some backstory. I graduated from the University of Leicester with a degree in film. I was going to go into the film industry, make films, live my passion. It was going to be great. But the film industry, not so easy to get into. And I guess we can call that my first fuck-up. So, I was on the search for a graduate job, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I thought while I was searching, I needed a side project, something to keep me busy, make a little bit of money. And this is where my question about the pink and white marshmallows comes in. I thought I've identified a product that is innovative, fun, that I can start producing for a minimal investment, and that I can do a lot better than what's in the shops. So I started experimenting, coming up with recipes, flavours, packaging, and I started selling the product on a local producer's market. I got great feedback, and I realised I had a good product that I wanted to scale. This is where we run into my first fuck-up. Planning, or lack of. I'd written a business plan, I'd run the numbers, I had a good margin, but I'd never actually planned to grow the business because, well, it was only marshmallows. But here I was, it was working. I wanted to scale to a commercial premises. The problem there was, I hadn't thought ahead. I lived in an area of the UK called the New Forest. Now, it's a great place. It's a huge area of protected natural woodland. Trouble is, in all that protected natural woodland, there's not a lot of commercial industrial estates. So I was desperately looking for commercial premises that just didn't exist in my area. It took a really long time for me to find an appropriate premises. And in the meantime, my energy, my enthusiasm for the business was getting sapped out of me. And I was also stuck in a home kitchen. I had commercial equipment, but I needed more. I didn't have space for any more machines though. So as my demand was increasing, my production capacity wasn't. And I was stuck spending more and more time in the kitchen and less time on what I loved, the business development. Fuck up number 2. I didn't hire when I should have. I meant to, but I just didn't. And I landed up in a situation where I felt I had so much work to do that I couldn't stop to hire and to train. Looking back, I realised I could have just said, no, there's a 2-week hold on orders while I hire and I train, but I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know I could say no to orders. I thought I could manage, because, well, it's only marshmallows. I landed up working really long hours, because I was doing everything. I was doing ordering supplies, the production, the packaging, the dispatch, the order management, the customer satisfaction, the health and hygiene assurance, the business development. At Christmas, this was me. I was making and dispatching piles and piles and piles of Christmas presents. Problem was, I was working at least 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, for weeks on end. It was so stressful and so tiring. It was bad for me and it was bad for the business. But I thought I'd be able to manage. How hard can it be? It's only marshmallows. My biggest fuck up. The whole time, I had one foot out the door. I loved growing the business. I had a great product. But in my head, it's only marshmallows. I wasn't passionate about the product I was making. And this was a real dilemma for me that I didn't know how to deal with. I was fine with the responsibility of the success or failure of my business. But I was also responsible for whether running that business was making me happy, and it wasn't. I didn't know what to do with that. Personal circumstance intervened. I had the opportunity to move to France. It was either that or stay in the UK and make a serious commitment to the business. I chose France. I think so, yeah. I had 1 month to pack up the business, terminate my lease, notify my customers, sell all my equipment. It was really tough, but actually, it was a good thing. It forced me into making a decision that I'd been avoiding. When I look back on what I did, I'm really proud, but I'm also really critical of myself. I criticise myself for not working hard enough, for not growing aggressively enough. And at the same time, I criticise myself for working so hard on something I wasn't passionate about. Why didn't I stop sooner? Actually, what I found is that criticism is a good thing. I like it. It's taught me how to learn from my mistakes. And I think actually that's a great strength now. When you run a business and you're responsible for keeping it afloat, the desire to grow, to improve, to expand, it gets really hardwired into you. And that you can only do by recognising your mistakes, learning from them, and not making them again. So I think my fuck-up feelings that I have are actually what motivate me now. It's why I'm here in the MBA programme, to learn as much as I can, to benefit from other people's experience. I built a successful business on my own, but it didn't make me feel successful. What I learned was I don't need a veneer of feeling successful 100% of the time. I like my fuck-up feelings. I'm going to finish on this. When I start my next business, I do not want to be saying, it's only
marshmallow.